Good afternoon, and welcome to Edwards Hall and the State of the University Address. The program will begin momentarily. Please take your seats and silence your cell phones. Please welcome the 12th President of the University of Rhode Island, Mark Parlange.
So, good afternoon, everyone. It is really so great to see all of you, faculty, staff, students, friends, and alumni who I know are joining today to hear this riveting speech, and certainly not just for the barbecue on the lawn after. A special welcome also to members of the University Board of Trustees and to our viewers online. Hi, Mom and Dad. Thank you for tuning in. It has been a busy year already, and after welcoming nearly 6,000 students to campus during move-in weekend, with the help of hundreds of amazing volunteers, including many of you, I, for one, was completely exhausted. Our Office of Student Affairs just happened to capture me hard at work.
I feel like you're just here for the zip line.
What?
All you do all day is go on the zip line.
Okay. In all seriousness, moving thousands of people onto our campuses every year is a team sport, and I can't think of a better team than the one here at URI. I want to start the program today with the University Land Acknowledgement that was written in partnership with the Narragansett tribe. The University of Rhode Island occupies the traditional stomping ground of the Narragansett Nation and the Niantic people. We honor and respect the enduring and continuing relationship between the indigenous people and this land by teaching and learning more about their history and present-day communities, and by becoming stewards of the land we too inhabit. My address today is more than an update, more than a list of achievements, though there have been many to celebrate this year. It is a moment to reflect on why we are here, what unites us as a community, and where we are headed. When I think about the challenges facing higher education across the nation, skepticism about its value, external pressures, questions about cost, and even questions about purpose, I keep returning to a central idea. Our strength lies not just in what we do, but in why we do it. So today, I want to talk not only about what we've accomplished, but about our why. Why URI? Why higher education? Right now, in this moment. Why do students choose us? Why do faculty and staff dedicate their lives here? Why do we as a community invest in the future of this university and this state? Why are you here? That's where I want to begin. This fall, URI welcomed more than 17,000 new and returning students to our campuses, one of the largest enrollments in our history. Thank you, Dean Labudi and team. In fact, we received a record 28,036 undergraduate applications this year. Think about that. More students than ever before from across the country and around the world saying, I want to be part of URI. It's not just because we offer strong academic programs. We do. It's not only because of our growing reputation as a top-tier research university, and I am always happy to remind everyone of our #1 ranking in the Wall Street Journal and our new R1 Carnegie classification, which places us among the top research universities in the nation. And it can't just be because our campuses are beautiful, though plenty of students cited the good vibes as reason for choosing URI. It's because students see something here that feels like home, a place where they belong, a place where they can build a future, and a place to find their purpose. When students feel at home, they persist, they succeed, and they thrive. Take our Level Up Math Academy, launched this summer by Kim Stack and Professor Barbara Kaskosh, chair of the math department, and many others. More than 90% of the students who participated in the program succeeded in advancing their math skills and building confidence before the semester even began. Or consider URI's, undergraduate research internships in science and engineering. It's through our College of Engineering. Over 100 students, many first generation, were paid to work in faculty labs this summer. For some, it was their very first taste of research. They learned that science isn't abstract. It's hands-on, it's hard, and it can be life-changing. And there's Rhode Launch, our inaugural pre-college program that gives new students a head start on academics and life at URI. Certainly our student athletes who are in the gym at 5 a.m. I see you football players. Our rowers are on the water before sunrise. Yes, they did manage to get me out there one morning before I'd even brushed my teeth. Our baseball players who spent long evenings on buses, and our runners who have absolutely no shame in passing me on the bike path. They know why they are here, and their hard work in competition and in the classroom is leading to success. And their why became crystal clear this year when the football team won the CAA championship and reached the NCAA playoffs for the first time in nearly 4 decades. When baseball won the A-10 conference and earned an NCAA tournament bid, and when the men's track and field team won its 5th straight A-10 indoor track and field championship, and when rowing claimed its 11th A-10 title. Why do these victories matter? Because they embody teamwork, resilience, and the Rhode spirit that makes me proud to be a Ram. And because they remind us that success is sweeter when it is shared. But purpose is not only found on the field or in the boat or on the track. It's discovered in our labs and classrooms, practice rooms, and performance spaces. This fall, we welcome the inaugural class of 26 Schilling Scholars representing 13 states and 18 majors. This would not have been possible without the historic $65 million gift from the family of alum Helen Schilling. These scholarships are giving high-achieving STEM students a chance to focus on their future rather than financial barriers. When I met these students, their energy was apparent. These are engineers, doctors, computer scientists, and teachers in the making. The Schilling gift is historic, not only for its size, but for its intent. The Schilling family invested in the potential of students they have never met, because they believed in the promise of education to transform lives, and because they believed in URI to deliver on that promise. Our academic offerings are also expanding to meet student demand and workforce needs. In the past year, we launched new master's programs in management, educational leadership and policy, public health, mental and behavioral health counseling, and engineering management and leadership, as well as a new Doctor of Nursing practice. These programs ensure that URI graduates are prepared for the most pressing challenges of our time. This past May and December, we awarded more than 5,000 degrees in Ryan Center graduation ceremonies. Among those degree recipients was the 5,000th graduate from our talent development program, a milestone that speaks volumes about our access, resilience, and impact. And our students are achieving nationally and internationally. Eline Muyoz, a sophomore, double major, marine biology and ocean engineering, was awarded the prestigious Noah Halling Scholarship. Sammy Ganji became the only pharmacy student in the country to be offered the prestigious Carl F. Elmswire internship in Washington, D.C. Our community is thriving in the classroom, too. Theater productions are drawing record audiences. OLI programs are engaging learners of all ages. Club and intramural sports give students a way to balance and connect. And once again, URI welcomed athletes for the Special Olympics, reminding us of the joy in showing up and doing our best. These moments may not make headlines, but they are the heartbeat of URI. But of course, none of this happens in isolation. Behind every scholarship earned, every performance staged, every competition played, and every community event hosted are the staff who make URI run. Consider the team behind our record summer enrollment of more than 8,300 students who recognize that summer learning can open doors for students who need flexibility. Special thanks to John Olario and his team for building programs that meet students where they are. In the College of Health Sciences, Suzanne Horton received the Staff Excellence Award for her leadership in human development and family science. For over a decade, she has managed budgets, enrollments, faculty onboarding, and countless details that keep the department going. Our staff's purpose is deeply personal. The satisfaction of knowing their work is important wherever they are on our campuses. And our faculty continue to be driven by more than just discovery, but by the impact of their work on our daily lives. Professor Liz Grubel received the Excellence in Teaching Award for her creativity in the classroom and her commitment to reviving student organizations. Professor Stephen Cohn was recognized for excellence in service, a faculty senator, mentor, and advisor who has strengthened countless committees and programs. Professor Jin Jae Zhao received the Excellence in Research Award. He is a distinguished scholar in consumer behavior, personal finance, and household economics, who is recognized as the top scientist in his field worldwide. And in our cooperative extension, the URI Plant Diagnostic Laboratory achieved core accreditation from the National Plant Diagnostic Network after implementing a rigorous quality management system. This accreditation officially recognizes URI as a trusted national leader in plant health and biosecurity. This year, URI earned an NIH T32 predoctoral training grant, a $1.9 million investment in training the next generation of biomedical sciences and engineers. That program will support 56 predoctoral fellows across neuroscience, engineering, environment, and health sciences. Why do we do this? Because behind every study is a human story, a patient waiting for a better treatment, a family hoping for healing, a community counting on us, and faculty across URI are answering those calls. Sarah Keenley, professor in wildlife biology, received the NSF Career Award for her work on female leopard seals, research that not only advances science, but sheds light on ecosystems critical to our planet's future. Professor Madison Jones and the Dwell Lab collaborated with the STEEP team to create PFAS Kitchen, an augmented reality project teaching families about dangerous chemicals in their homes. Why? Because this knowledge improves the quality of life. Professor Nicole Weiss received a $5.5 million grant to create a phone app supporting people with PTSD as they transition out of opioid addiction treatment. And in engineering, Professors Chi-Wei Chang, Daniel Roxbury, and Weiwei Jia all secured major NSF grants. And Derek Davis, one of our newest faculty members, he's in physics, was named a Simons Foundation Fellow. These are just a few examples. Each faculty member here could tell you why they do what they do, and you'll hear from some of them later in the program. Our faculty shows us that URI research isn't confined to labs. It reaches into homes across Rhode Island and beyond. One of URI's defining traits is that we are not an ivory tower. We are deeply embedded in our community, and in fact, we were founded on the promise of the land-grant mission to democratize education for immigrants, farmers, and working families, to expand opportunity beyond the privileged few, and to serve the people of Rhode Island through teaching, research, and service. This past year, URI hosted international conferences in public health. We partnered with South Kingston Schools and the Johnny Cake Center for Hope to expand across to STEM learning. Our College of Nursing earned international accreditation for its simulation program and launched an RN to BS online pathway, broadening opportunities for working nurses. When the National Science Foundation celebrated its 75th anniversary this year, URI was one of just 10 sites nationwide selected to showcase its research. Our College of Education led that celebration, highlighting how URI research shapes not only policy, but also practice in schools and in communities. We're building tools that protect our state and its people, storm tools, Rhode Island Champ, and MyCoast, developed here at URI, now guide Rhode Island's coastal resilience planning. When storms hit, when flooding threatens these systems, they help communities prepare and recover faster from potentially devastating disasters. Our impact is local and global. We are Rhode Island's university, and we have a responsibility to our students, our community, and the greater good. And just as important are the systems that sustain us. That means modernizing how we operate, investing in facilities. I know there's more work to be done, and ensuring that URI is a place where people can do their best work. We launched an AI working group to coordinate responsible innovation across campus. We are preparing for NETCHI accreditation, a moment to reflect on who we are and where we're going. This past year, URI secured $162 million in external grant awards, a year-over-year increase that demonstrates the strength of our research enterprise, our faculty researchers. At the Bay campus, the finish line for the Ocean Robotics Lab is in sight, and Phase 2 design for ocean engineering and ocean frontiers is underway. These facilities will strengthen URI's role in the blue economy, connecting Rhode Island to global leadership in ocean science. And URI staff and researchers achieve something of national significance: non-detect levels of PFAS in our water systems for more than a year. That is a big deal. We are also nearing completion of the Rhode Island Senate Commission's work on a medical school feasibility study. Preliminary findings show that a URI College of Medicine would address Rhode Island's physician shortage, strengthen our health system, and boost our economy. It will take partners, government, private sector, alumni, but URI has the expertise across all our colleges, from pharmacy and engineering to health sciences and nursing to lead. We've modernized how we steward resources. Our new budget model is bringing transparency and accountability to financial planning, aligning resources more closely with our mission. We secured a $4.5 million increase in state operating funds and a $7 million in RICAP funding for accessibility improvements. Procurement has been streamlined, and Workday will soon integrate HR and finance across the university. These system investments are not about process alone. They are about sustainability, building a foundation that allows URI to remain strong for decades to come. Meanwhile, capital projects are reshaping our campus. The Fine Arts Center is well underway, providing a world-class home for creativity. We are so grateful to Howard and Mary Frank, generous alumni and friends, whose names will be forever associated with the arts at URI, thanks to their $2 million gift to the project. Our first ever public-private housing partnership with Gilbane is moving forward. It's expanding undergraduate and graduate housing options in the near future. ADA upgrades are expanding access across the campus, and our comprehensive campus plan is nearing completion and will serve as a blueprint for growth that is people-centered. Philanthropy continues to transform URI in new ways. The historic $65 million Schilling gift is already supporting the inaugural class of scholars. The Hayden Foundation's $750,000 scholarship, matched by URI, supported nearly 200 students this year, 71% of whom are the first in their families to attend college. Our Day of Giving raised $1.4 million, while the Rhode Athletics Challenge raised $1.2 million from more than 3,000 donors across both Giving Day initiatives. Each of these results reflects more than dollars. They reflect belief. They reflect alumni and friends who know that investing in URI means investing in our collective future. So why URI? Why higher education now? At a moment when the conversation makes us wonder if the nation has forgotten what universities are for. Because education is still the most powerful force for opportunity. Because research is still the most powerful driver of discovery, and because community is still the surest bridge across divides. This past year has reminded us of just how much is at stake. And as I wrote in my op-ed for Science, when universities falter, the consequences are not confined to the institution. Patients go untreated. Communities lose access to vital resources. Life-changing research comes to a halt. But when universities thrive, the reverse is true. Students climb higher, communities grow stronger, and innovation flourishes. Here at URI, we cannot just survive this moment. We must continue to move through it with purpose, and we are doing it. We have secured record enrollment and applications. We have expanded experiential learning. We have launched new academic programs, and we have deepened our commitment to equity. We have strengthened the research enterprise and secured hundreds of millions in external awards. We have modernized our budget model and advanced major capital projects. And through the generosity of alumni, friends, and our state leaders, we have grown our capacity to provide scholarships, support innovation, and invest in the future. But progress comes with responsibility. Looking ahead, we must continue to build strength in graduate education. We must modernize our spaces, making them worthy of an R1 university. And we must unlock the full potential of our campuses, building not just facilities, but a vibrant, people-centered culture. These are ambitious goals, but they are the right goals, the goals of a university determined not just to keep up, but to lead. So as we look ahead, I hope each of you holds on to your own why. Remember why you chose URI. I hope you will join me in seeking out new ways to show up for one another. Let's check in on colleagues who need encouragement, mentor students who are finding their way, and celebrate the victories that keep our community going. Visit a classroom or research space to see the incredible work happening every day. Attend a performance or cheer on our student athletes under the lights. Share what you're working on, what you're excited about, and even what keeps you up at night. Those conversations make us better. Be present in the life of this university because it matters. Together, we will continue to create a place where every student finds belonging, every faculty member finds support, and every staff colleague feels valued. We will continue to be Rhode Island's university, and we will do it with pride, with purpose, and with each other. And finally, before we move on to the next part of our program, we will all pull out our phones to finally boost my Instagram following above the URI chickens. So follow me here while the chickens follow me around campus. So it's been a remarkable year, and I'm so proud to be here with you. At URI, our greatest strength has always been our people, the faculty, staff, and students who make discovery possible and who bring our mission to life. And today, I want you to hear directly from some of our remarkable faculty whose work embodies why URI matters to Rhode Island, to the nation, and to the world. Professor Venka Craver is tackling one of humanity's most urgent needs, access to clean and sustainable water. Her research in environmental nanotechnology and water systems is not only advancing science, but also ensuring that the most vulnerable communities have a fair chance at health and opportunity. This is what it means for URI research to serve the greater good.
I'm Vinka Ollanedel Craver. I'm a professor at Civil and Environmental Engineering. I'm also the Associate Dean for Research for the College of Engineering. What we're trying to do with the research in my group is try to help people to understand the decisions that they make are going to have impact in the environment or even in the public health. Everybody is looking for new solutions and what we can do with the plastic crisis. We need to remember that every solution can have a consequence too. Nothing is completely benign. So we try to do research that it will help to inform and understand what are going to be the consequences of these new solutions or changes that we're going to be doing. Because of the size of URI and the people who are here, it had been very easy to connect to researchers. They have a very different field of study and really complement the research that we are doing. And not only complement, also educate myself and better understand what we need to do in order to maybe make an effective change in society or in technology or in a student, in general. Given the opportunity to students to participate in research, it really inspired them to be, critical thinkers and to be innovators. They are the ones who are going to be carrying it on. We're working with Commercial Fisheries Research Foundation. Part of the work that we did this summer was to produce pavers for pedestrian paths or parking lot. They were made with plastics that they were recovering from the bottom of the ocean here at Narragansett Bay. So we are trying to connect with people that might have a use for the results that we are obtaining. It's very important to me to be able to see problems around me and try to understand them. And as I've been growing as a researcher, that understanding has been getting a little bit more complex. But luckily, I have all this network of people around. So really, I think research is part of my vocation, and it has been something incredibly important. I don't see myself really doing something different.
Well, Professor Riza Berry is pushing the boundaries of robotics, neuroscience, and artificial intelligence to create technologies that restore mobility and independence for people with motor impairments. His work in brain-machine interfaces and assistive robotics shows the kind of bold, interdisciplinary innovation that sets URI apart.
My name is Reza Abiri, and I am an assistant professor at the University of Rhode Island in the Department of Electrical, Computer, and Biomedical Engineering. My research focus is working with rehabilitation and robotics, and we develop robotic systems to help different patient categories. The most important impact out of our work is the end users, and especially disabled patients. It can be stroke patients, it can be those patients that they have a spinal cord injuries, and they can use this technology to improve their quality of life, and they can perform their daily tasks. That was the focus of all this work, and this is the impact that I see out of my research. From the scientific perspective, we are building algorithms, we are building devices, and I can also see from that perspective that our research will have an impact for this community. The feeling of what we do here at the URI, trying to have a positive impact on community and kind of helping me, and okay, we did something. At least we made some progress today, and then let's move on, and then we'll come back again tomorrow.
Professor Melva Trevino-Pena brings a unique lens as a human geographer to questions of food, identity, and equity. Her research connects the social and environmental from mangrove forests of Ecuador to the fishing communities here in Rhode Island. She shows us that sustainability isn't just about the environment, it's about people, culture, and justice.
My name is Melva Trevino Pena. I am a human geographer and an ethnographer. I'm very interested in understanding why people seek access to the shore, what the barriers that they have faced might look like, but also documenting why it's important for them to be there. I'm working specifically with people who live in Rhode Island, who fish in Rhode Island, who want to access marine resources in Rhode Island. Being a part of an institution that values that has been really synergistic. One of the things about URI that I feel like I'm really excited about is that URI is a land grant institution, and that the mission of our university is to serve the people of Rhode Island. And regionally and internationally as well, we have a huge reach. We have a very big student-centered research approach. Being able to integrate students into our research projects is something that is very valued here. The human impact of my research, I would say, is that I'm learning more about communities that have historically been underrepresented in studies in Rhode Island. I'm very proud to say that I'm an applied researcher. All the work that I do for me has to have a real-world application. At URI, the work that we do has a direct impact on the people that live here. A lot of the work that I do also has global reach. I went to northern Peru, a region called Tumbes. I got to take both of my PhD students with me. That was just like one of the most amazing experiences I've had as a researcher. Since being at URI, I have met some really amazing colleagues that have really supported and contributed to my success as a researcher and as a scholar. There's a few people that I have a lot of gratitude towards for that. Like, I even get emotional, but there's some really beautiful people here who have been really instrumental in my success, and I'm really grateful for them.
Professor Luis Viquez, a conductor, clarinetist, and educator, is showing how music connects communities across borders. His leadership in orchestral studies here at URI is giving our students both world-class training and a sense of belonging in a truly global music tradition.
My name is Luis Viquez. I am the Director of Orchestral Studies and also the Assistant Professor of Orchestral Conducting here in the Music Department. When we think about the impact that we, the faculty in the fine arts do, we are training the new leaders in our society. Even though music professors, we still publish papers, we still do recordings, we still go present at national conferences. We are also creating products, we are also creating opportunities to collaborate with so many other musicians that put the name of the university at the highest stakes nationwide and internationally as well. We have an opportunity that brings not only the campus community, but the greater Rhode Island audiences to be here on campus and appreciate what we get to do. Our students, when they come to the orchestra rehearsal, when they perform in band, when they sing in choir, when they attend theater or be part of art events, they are building a sense of community. They are building important soft skills, entrepreneurial skills, leadership skills. That's why I say that music is an essential part of the liberal arts curriculum. Throughout the fine arts, we can build connections, human connections that we very much need nowadays. That's one of the things that make me very proud and very passionate about what I do here at URI. The fact that URI is so very centrally located for any musician, this is one of the greatest areas in the country. Outside of URI, I get to do a lot of creative research in the area. I get to be a guest conductor with many orchestras here in the Boston area, in Rhode Island. Being in that particular setting, I think that makes URI a very special place to be.
If I had to describe URI quickly, I would probably say that it's just like one big happy family.
It's a very beautiful campus filled with amazing people. Everybody is super, super helpful.
I grew up with a graduating class of 9 people in high school, so now I'm a part of a group of 14,500 amazing students that have taught me so much about myself, but also this community.
It's a place to come home to. It's a place where people experience, they build a life, and they come back.
Being part of the URI community means being involved in one of the most amazing places for creative research, for scholarship, and also for the arts.
I have met people from every single background and culture, and every one of them has been unique and special, but we've also all had shared experiences that made us all feel close and connected.
Everybody greets everybody, everybody's friendly, everybody's helpful. So even if a student comes to me and first time I've met them, they're a junior and they're looking for something, I don't mind stopping everything and helping them.
I don't think there's any question that there isn't a faculty, staff, a member on this campus and student that wouldn't come forward and assist and help.
I am from Nairobi, Kenya. I really found a lot of connections and friendships that I will take with me for the rest of my life. I've literally found bridesmaids and sisters, brothers, and phenomenal humans that I'm so grateful I got the chance to meet when I came here. So I think URI is extremely special to me because of the different people that I've met that have given different experiences to my life and shaped who I am today.
My son, who was injured after his freshman year here many years ago and suffered a spinal cord injury, came back here after a few years, and then he went back to the College of Engineering and worked with Dr. Sun with a group of engineering students that were trying to develop some assistive devices for a young girl who was in a wheelchair. So that to me was always very special, that they made a place for him. And it was some of the best years that he had after his injury.
There's clubs, organizations, Greek Life. Personally, I'm a part of Greek Life, and through that I've found kind of a second calling. There's ways to get involved with philanthropy, you find your second family, and there's so many different ways to kind of stay involved in every community on campus.
Professors are constantly telling us that we have resources here, that they want us to utilize them. I've also been able to make some of my best friends ever here.
Being part of this community, it means a lot to me, and I would like to kind of contribute more and more, and cannot wait to see the future of what we are doing here at URI.
I have always really felt supported, but most recently my mom passed away and everybody in this community came out and supported me, whether it was helping me keep up with work, whether it was just sending notes saying, hey, I hope you're doing okay. Whatever it was, I felt URI had my back the whole time.
Since President Parlange and his wife Mary have joined us, we have changed so many things, technology, the arts programming, you name it. We've changed it for the better. And we've increased that pride to get us where we are now with him. He has worked hard to get us an international recognition, and certainly recognition within the state of Rhode Island and all of New England. And so it's hard pressed at this point to say what I would want changed, because the change is happening every day, and it's exciting to be part of that change.
I've seen the URI community grow in many ways. When I think about it, one of the ways is just the growth of the buildings and the beauty of the campus, right? So that's one. I have seen the campus diversify in ways that really make me happy. Not just racial diversity, but just diversity of people. And also just the community events that we have now that we come together. I love that we have a new president that makes sure that in the beginning of the year, there's about 7-8 different events on his lawn with all different kinds of people.
The time I was really proud to say that I'm a student at URI is when I first found out what the R1 Research Institution really meant. I had heard the term a couple different times, but I didn't really know what it entailed. But after I learned about all the different ways that people had worked towards getting that goal, it made me really proud just to know that there are a lot of people who are working to just make our university more recognizable.
The faculty, the students, and the sense of community that we have at the University of Rhode Island is quite special. We are not only very proud of what we have here as an institution, but also of that sense of community that makes it a very unique place.
I would just like to thank URI for genuinely being a place where I can grow, have unconditional love and support, and truly feel like I've a net to fall back on.
This school is the best thing that's happened to me. I've gotten so many opportunities, made so many friendships I didn't know were possible, and I can only see myself excelling more and more every day here.
For me, that's easy. URI is special because of the people. It's the people that throughout the day are there to support you in the events that you're hosting, in the difficulties when it's struggling or busy time of year.
When I think of URI, I think of Rhody Blue. I do, right away.
When I think of URI, I think of home. It's my home.
So what you just heard in that video captures the essence of what makes URI so special. And no, I did not pay them to say those nice things about me. Mary and I are so proud to be part of this amazing community. Thank you all so much for being here today, for the work you do every day, and for believing in the power of this university. The state of URI is strong because of you, our students, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, and our partners. We have accomplished so much, but our why remains the same: to open doors, to create opportunity, to make discoveries that matter, and to serve the people and communities of Rhode Island and beyond. And now, in that same spirit of community that was just shared in the video, I invite you to join me on our lawn for a barbecue. I would have offered to grill, but I heard the whole football team is coming, and I don't think I can flip that many burgers. So as we kick off homecoming weekend, let's continue the conversation, enjoy each other's company, and celebrate all that we have achieved this year. Go Rhody!